Metropolis is a frustrating film. In many ways, it's an incredible animated feature. It has superb visuals, an excellent soundtrack, and a solid cast, and it's a great retelling of the classic German film. Unfortunately, it's brought down by a combination of poor pacing, narrative cliches, and meaningless side plots that only derail the central story. And it's a shame, because Metropolis is a great film. The story opens up in the titled city with the completion of the ziggurat, an enormous tower that soars into the sky, built and owned by Duke Red, who, in the English dub, which is what I watched it in, is voiced by industry vet Jameson Price, aka the Count of Monte Cristo. If you've ever watched Genketsuo, you know he's good. Anyhow, Detective Shinsaku and his nephew Kenichi arrive in the city amid the celebrations to locate and arrest an organ trafficker, Dr. Lorden, who's been secretly contracted by Duke Red to build a near-perfect humanoid robot based off his dead daughter, Tima. Robots have become something of a contention within the city, especially in the lower levels or zones where they've taken everyone's job. It's here where Dr. Lorden is shot by Rock, Red's adopted son, and nearly destroys Tima if not for Kenichi and his uncle's intervention that gets them separated. However, Kenichi pairs up with Tima and becomes the target of Rock. If that sounds like a lot, you're right, it is a lot, and that's only the abridged summary. You have a revolution within the city, you have a coup taking place, a continual investigation is being made by Shinsaku, you have Duke and his colossal ziggurat, you got Rock wanting to protect his father and Tima Kenichi on the run from him, and amidst it all the themes like discrimination of robots, individuality, politics and blah, it's just so much, yet a lot of it is unnecessary and really pedantic. The great failing of Metropolis is that it lacks a central and focused plot. Sure, you do have an overarching narrative involving Tima's and Kenichi's relationship, them being hunted down, and the reason behind Tima's creation, but all the other crap bogs it down. You have a bunch of poor people who are angry for reasons not really explained, yet we have a large portion of the movie devoted solely to the whole liberty and justice song and dance. Running parallel to that side plot is another side plot where we have a bunch of political backstabbing that also isn't given much depth or reason. I'm gonna overthrow the Duke because I want power. Cool bro, but word of advice, don't trust the seediest motherfuckers on the planet with your plans unless you want the audience to know exactly what's going to happen, because I sure did. They almost had an interesting message on the hypocrisy of people wanting equality, yet not giving it to robots. Like how they all complained that robots took their job, but it was a job that only a robot could do. Unfortunately, all the side plots are completely dropped in the second half of the movie. And this is just disappointing because when it focuses on the setting and the main characters, it's really good. The scenes between Kenichi and Tima are handled really well. Their friendship and bonding scenes feel legitimate and authentic, which is a rare occurrence with childlike characters, voiced by adults, but you get my point. What was a rare side in their characters was a lack of romanticism. They're just two kids that build a strong connection with each other. Now Duke Red, the villain, has moments of incredible character depth. Some of his reasoning made him a tragic villain instead of a sinister one. But these solid characters only frustrate me with how great portions of the film are diverted to unnecessary bullshit. We have Shinsaku, a decent character, trying to figure out what's really going on, which is frankly made moot since nobody, including the audience, cares because a shit ton of far more important stuff is going down. Who cares about murder when we just saw a violent revolution take place? And it only sucks that the film didn't take out these pointless sections and invest them into strengthening the characters. More scenes of Tima and Kenichi, more depth with the Duke. Make Rock less two-dimensional because Rock is pretty damn flat. No, seriously, he hates everyone and everything because I love Daddy. Unfortunately, it keeps getting sidetracked, if not by the other plots, its themes and how terrible robots are treated by humans. Sorry Metropolis, Ghost in the Shell, Armitage III, and even Astro Boy have talked about this before, far better than you. Speaking of Astro Boy, it's animated by the same production company, and frankly, Metropolis is a pretty goddamn beautiful movie. Decades after release, it still looks incredible. The environment explodes with personality and creativity. You could frame and hang any scene from the movie and still not give it proper justice. Whether or not you even care for the plot, it is a beautiful looking film. It has a sense of scale and depth and mystery that combines the various colors and shades to bring this humongous city to life. The animation itself also looks really good. You have constant movement in the foreground and background, yet it doesn't feel distracting, it's more an accurate depiction of a bustling city. Shock and horror, the CGI looks good, great even, for the most part. Its successful incorporation within the traditional animation is a sight rarely, if ever, seen, and its occasional usage feels genuine. But oh my god, the soundtrack. The soundtrack is amazing. This whole movie sounds great. It's a combination of jazz, blues, and even pop to deliver, in my honest opinion, the best soundtrack in any animated feature ever made. Yes. So yes, Metropolis. It is an incredible film, incredibly flawed, yet also amazing. It's a sort of anime that just doesn't get made anymore. Luckily, it stands on its own, and if there was just more focus and better pacing, it could have been my favourite animated film, which I like to think is worth recommending it.